Hello. Yo, what is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video. So, I get asked a lot, like, almost every day, like, yo, Bat, what are your, settings for OBS? How do you use OBS? Can you help with OBS? I'm not gonna say a few names, and I love this. Look at all my, look at how many dabs are just happening, dude. Like, anyways, so I'm gonna be showing you guys an easy basic tutorial on how to use OBS, just a short little tutorial. I know there are a lot of other YouTubers out there, but every time I say go watch YouTube videos, you guys are always like, I want to know for you, because I should feel special that you guys want to know from me. So anyways, I'm just gonna show you guys a quick couple of things. So I'm gonna go quickly show you guys all my settings that I use for it. So if you guys start off, so in general, I just leave this all. I mean, there's really nothing that you guys would want to change for here. Now for here, if you guys are streaming, this is your stream key. If you guys go into live streaming on YouTube, or if you guys are streaming on Twitch, you should just copy your stream key and paste it here. And if you're streaming on YouTube, click YouTube. If you're streaming on Twitch, click Twitch. I'm not streaming on Twitch, but I do that. So it's really simple. Streaming services, I don't know. I don't think you really change anything, but it's actually really simple for that part. Now when it comes to output, now this is where it gets a bit confusing. This is where it gets all dependent on what kind of hardware that you have. So for example, if you guys, oh, get out of here, dude. Just ignore that, guys. So so if you guys are using if you guys have a 1060 equivalent or higher, so if you have like a 1060, 1070, 1080, and you have a really not as strong CPU, so if you have like an i7 7700K or basically a 4-core or 2-core CPU, you're going to want to use GPU streaming, which is NVENC. So I would not recommend this if you have like a 1050 or under, or like a weaker GPU, because this does put a lot of load onto your GPU. Like for example, for me, I have the 1060 and it uses about 20 to 25% GPU usage, which can really lag you in games and really impacts your game a lot. So it really depends on what your GPU is. If you guys have a 6-core processor or 8-core processor, I really recommend that for x264 encoder. They're not really great for 4-core CPUs or under like that. If you guys have like 16-core CPUs, then definitely go with x264. That is what you call CPU streaming, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys watching that know. If you don't know, then well, you gotta learn, boy. No, I'm kidding. But that's basically CPU streaming, and that does not go well with lower amount of cores. So you want higher cores for CPU streaming, usually like Ryzen 5 or Ryzen 7s, or like the new i7s or like the new i9s, kind of like, but it's also dependent on what GPU, and just play around with the settings depending on what your hardware can handle. For me, I'm using NVENC because I use GPU streaming when it comes to games where I play like Rainbow, because Rainbow uses a lot of CPU percentage somehow. I don't know how, but every time I do CPU streaming on this computer, which is the Ryzen 5 1600, which is a 6-core processor, you'd think it wouldn't lag, but for some reason it lags a lot, and I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. I'm getting a new PC anyway, so that doesn't matter. But yeah, it's dependent on what CPU you have and what GPU you have, and you just play around with those settings. So rescale output, I just uncheck mark. I really don't know what that does. Actually, I'm really not gonna lie, I really don't know what that does. But I think that just rescales it. I feel like that's, even though you can rescale it in this, which I don't know, I just leave it on check, so just leave it there. Now for this one, you're gonna want it on CBR. It's constant bitrate, so I think, don't quote me on this, I'm actually not too sure, but I believe it tries to make the bitrate constantly. So that's basically what CBR stands for. So basically, for example, I put mine at 4500. It's all dependent on what your internet can handle. So if you have like a 6 megabyte upload, do 4500, or like do like, maybe you should be good with 5000 maybe. But like if you have like a lower, I think it's the minimum for 720p streaming is like 3.5, and the minimum for 1080p streaming is like 5 megabyte upload, something along the lines of that. But just put yours at, just test it with your Wi-Fi or internet and see what handles the best, I guess. I mean, I put mine at 4500 because I have a 7 megabyte upload, and that I feel like is a sweet spot for my internet, but it all depends on what you guys have. So I left this at 0. I don't know, I just left this at default. I mean, these guys I don't change. It's also different for x264. Those ones you probably want, depending on your CPU. So if you have like a lower end CPU, you want like faster processing, which will make your stream look worse. Also, that's what's better about x264, is that x264 does look better. I don't know I don't actually know the science or anything about it or behind it, but I just know that it looks better than compared to is my face getting in the stream? Okay, I'm gonna hide it. I just know that x264 does end up looking better than NVENC. That's the downside of NVENC, but the bright side of it is that if you have a weaker CPU, that's what it's better for. So when it comes to audio, I just left it all. Just put your whatever audio devices you want. This is where you usually play around with the audio. So if you realize you can also change it down here actually. You can change it down here, so like if your microphone isn't getting picked up, you can just click on the settings, which if I don't know, I press apply. So if you click on settings, for example, you can click on advanced audio. So you can do most of the audio stuff like down here. You know, you can do that. You can do properties, stuff like that. So it's most of the stuff that when it comes to audio, you can do down there. But I mean, it's up to you. I guess some people feel like it's better here. I don't know. So when it comes to hotkeys, you guys can use hotkeys. It's all dependent. So you can do like start streaming, F12. I'm going to actually not click on that. The thing is, the reason why I have no hotkeys is that there was this one time where I was trying to record a video just like for background gameplay as a voiceover video. And I have a hotkey for, I think it was F12 or F11 or something like that. And then in the game, it's F12 to save settings, I think it was World War II on PC. And then I clicked F12 and then I forgot because I was recording on OBS, right? And then I started the stream and I didn't realize that. So it lagged my game and it lagged my recording because I was recording and streaming at the same time. And then I also had a stream running up and people were in the chat and they're saying, why are you streaming? Why aren't you talking over the stream and stuff like that? And then it was really awkward, so I just don't use them. I mean, I guess if you were to use hotkeys, you wouldn't do one for like start streaming and stop streaming. I guess it's okay if you do one for like switch scenes and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's all dependent on what you guys want. But for me personally, I just don't use any hotkeys. It's all based on personal preference for hotkeys and stuff. So when it comes to video, so what I do is base canvas, you usually want to keep it at 1080p if you're gaming in 1080p. But if you're gaming in 720p, I suggest you just put your base canvas in 720p because it actually does save a little bit of percentage of CPU percentage and GPU percentage, whatever you're streaming on. I learned that from my laptop because I put this at 720p and it actually makes a pretty big difference. It uses a lot less CPU since this is 1080. Like I'm recording in 1080. Now it's what it's scaled to. Whatever this is, you always want it to be either the same or higher than your output scaled, because this is gonna, if you guys put this at 720, this at 1080, this is gonna have to upscale it, which I don't think that's good. I've never tried it, don't get me wrong. So I might be completely wrong, maybe that's a good thing, but I feel like it's always better to have this higher than the number down here. So when it comes to downscale filter, I just keep mine at 16. I'm really not sure what you're supposed to do with that. Maybe, I don't really know. Also, I put mine at 60 FPS. Now, if you have a lower end PC, you want to put this at 30 FPS. It actually makes a huge difference, like a huge difference when it comes to performance. I put mine at 60 because, you know, my computer can handle 60. But if you guys have a lower end PC, just play around with it. Usually, you should be fine with 60 if you can stream at 1080. But worst case, either do 1080 30 frames or do 720p 60 frames. Even though on YouTube 720 looks kind of ugly, but it's really all based on what your computer can handle. So when it comes to this, I don't know what that does. I actually really don't know what that means. I just leave all this alone. There is this one part I wanted to talk to you guys about. Here, right. I actually forgot completely about this. If you guys are doing just recording, okay, don't make the same mistake I have. So you can keep as the same exact streaming settings that you have for recording, but see this here, change this to MP4, it automatically puts it to FLV file. So if you guys do like a 30-minute recording and then you open it and you realize you can't open an FLV file, that's because it automatically puts it as an FLV file before you start it. So remember to, as soon as you guys get it, put this to MP4 because that's something that you can obviously watch, but FLV is something that you cannot watch. And for here, you can just put the exact same thing as your streaming settings. For me, I like to put my bitrate as high as I can because it doesn't have anything to do with your internet when you're recording because you're not using internet, right? So this just makes the quality the highest quality you can make it, really. So I put mine at 7,000, and as you can see, it uses the same amount as CPU usage as it does on my regular PC whenever I'm streaming. So it's all dependent on, really, most of these settings really depend on what you guys do for your whatever PC you have. And this is so trippy, dude. There's so many hands, like, what the hell, bro? Anyways, if you guys can see over here, you guys can also add scenes. So for example, I have scene 1. So this is the scene we're on. This is my main stream setup. This is called scene 2. Wow, now please don't ask what this is, guys. Just it's a lot better if you guys don't ask what this is, okay? So I also have a starting soon. Thanks for coming, BRB. It's really easy to do it. All you do is just go here, you go to add scene, and then you just add it, and then you can add whatever you want. It's basically the exact same as this. So you can have like starting soon, thanks for coming, etc, etc. Now when it comes to these guys, if you guys want to add something like a sub count, so for example, this is the sub box, right? So these are all off of the website Streamlabs, and if you guys just go into Streamlabs, log in, and then all you got to do is you go here, you go okay, and then you go to browser, you just click OK. So then you click, it will say copy a link, so you go here, and then you paste the link, right, and the link will show up here. So for example, one of the Streamlabs thing that I have is I have a Twitch follow. I don't know, I have a Twitch follow, actually I don't even stream on Twitch. I have a sub alert as well, which is for YouTube, so if someone subscribes, it'll automatically pop up. I also have a sub count, which I hid. I have to really organize this. Oh, you can also add images, stuff like that for the background. So you can add this here. You can put this in the background if you have a green screen, or if you just want an image. You can add this game capture. It's when you're playing games. Display capture is what I have right now. So this is display capture, as you guys can see. Game capture is, I usually set mine to what game I'm playing. So if I do capture a specific window, then if I'm playing Rainbow Six, I click Rainbow Six. If I'm playing Fortnite, you know what I mean, etc, etc. This is meant for Elgato. If you guys want to see an Elgato tutorial, which even me, I'm really not good at, let me know in the comments. I really am still trying to figure out my Elgato. It's really confusing. Also for sub count, which, what is this? Oh, this is donation. This is also from Streamlabs. So you just copy, as you can see, you just copy the link and then you paste it into here, into browser, and you just resize it and do whatever. It's actually really simple once you guys get the hang of it. And honestly, this is sub count. All I did was go onto here, then I go to live sub count. Oh, that's not how you spell it. Then I copy this link. I went to copy. Obviously you type your name in there first, then you go into browser, then you click OK, then you go into paste, and you click OK, and then you bring this over. I don't know, I just drag over. Oh crap, piece of poop. Okay, then you click on this, and then you want to go to filters, right? And then you want to go to filters, and you want to add crop. So you want to crop it. So you want to crop it to the size, and then add a filter and stuff like that. So a lot of this stuff is really easy to do. It's really simple. It's actually not that hard. I hope this tutorial did help you guys. This is actually one of my first tutorial videos that I've ever made, so it might not really be good at all, because even me, I'm still learning how to use this. For example, this is desktop audio, so whatever this is, so usually whatever this is set as, you want to set this as, and this is set to the wrong thing, isn't it? This is supposed to be, oh my god, I could hear myself. Why do I hear myself? Okay then. Let's just not talk about that, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hope this video did help you. If this video did help you, let me know down in the comment section down below. I don't know much about this. I'm not like a professional at this. I mean, I've been using OBS for about 1.5 years now, but I still am learning things as I go on. Even my brother is teaching me. Like, for example, I never knew about this. Like, you can add different type of transitions. So you can do fade the color, right? So you can go like that. So it's like pew, fade the color, and then you can go like this. So you can go to Luma wipe. You can do different transitions. You can also add your own transitions. So I can go like that. That's actually a pretty sick transition. I might keep that transition. Anyway, so hope this did help you out. If you guys do have any questions, let me know down in the comment section down below. That's the wrong thing to hide. How do I hide this? What is this? I'm very unprepared. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope it did help you. And if you guys have any questions, let me know down below. If there's anything I can help you guys with. This was a lot longer than I expected. I might trim it a little bit. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace, dude.